You've built a trading bot, hit test, and now you're staring at a backtest screen with a chart and a massive amount of numbers, profit, MAE, a ton of percentages, and tabs. Most beginners at this exact moment have one question: what am I even looking at? Today, I'm taking a real backtest straight from our platform and breaking down literally every single number on the screen, what it means, where it comes from, and how to use it to understand if a strategy actually works or is just trash. Let me clarify one crucial detail right away. You don't need a real deposit to run a test. You can run a simulation with any virtual amount. All you need is an active API connection to an exchange in your account. The backtest itself is a simulation of the bot's trading on historical data. By the end of this video, you'll know how to read any backtest like a true professional. And this skill will be useful not just on our platform, but in algorithmic trading as a whole. You're watching Veles Finance. If you're interested in algorithmic trading and automation, subscribe so you're the first to know about new features, strategies, and tools. Let's get started. Before testing the bot, we first need to set it up properly. You can grab ready-made bot templates from the showcase or configure them yourself. We created manually and name it Example Bot. Here, you connect your exchange via an API key. We do this in a couple of clicks, but there's also an option for manual connection. You can read more about this by hovering over the API key button and clicking the link in the instructions. After connecting, pick any trading pair. In this case, I'll be testing the XRP coin. Enter any deposit. It doesn't matter if you have money in your account or not. As I mentioned earlier, you don't need to fund your account for a backtest, but it's much better to enter a realistic amount that you actually plan to trade with later. After the basic settings, you need to configure the trade entry conditions, order settings, and the exit trade. Hit Test. We'll select a 1-year period and click Confirm. Here are the backtest results. Right under the bot's name are 6 key metrics in the header: profit and ROI. In our example, the net profit is almost $34, which gives us roughly a 34% return on investment. MAE. This stands for Maximum Adverse Excursion. This is the single most important number for assessing risk, which newbies usually ignore entirely. MAE shows how deep a trade dropped from its average price. In our example, it's minus $17.58, or roughly a 51% drawdown. Look at the huge difference between a 34% ROI and a 51% drawdown. That's exactly why you can't judge a strategy by its final profit alone. Profit factor. Right now, it shows a dash because this specific strategy didn't have any losing trades in this period. But generally, it shows the ratio of gross profit to gross loss. Anything above 1 means the strategy makes money. Amount of deals. We have exactly 125 trades in this test. Max time in trade. The absolute longest a position was held open, which here is 23 days and 3 hours. Duration. The time frame of the test itself, which is practically a full year. Scrolling down, you'll see the main statistics section, which is divided into 3 sub-tabs: General, Investment, and Trading. Let's start with General. Here you get your basic summary. In the backtest result block, you see your clean net profit of $33.94, the commission paid to the exchange, about $2.76 in our test, and your return on deposit. Next is calculation data, showing your exchange, in this case Bybit futures, the 1-minute interval, and the total number of bars processed, which is over 500,000. There's a crucial detail here. If you're studying someone else's backtest, always pay attention to the selected exchange. Candle history can differ across platforms, meaning the test results for the exact same strategy on different exchanges will be different. Then we have candles. Beginners almost always skip this, and it's a huge mistake. Here you'll find statistics on candle shadows, meaning how far the price could spike up or drop down within a single 1-minute candle. The P0.99 value means that in 99% of cases, the shadow was smaller than this number. That remaining 1% represents those sharp, sudden spikes that can hunt down and execute your stop loss. If you're setting a stop loss, the rule of thumb is simple. Make your stop at least twice as large as the corresponding corresponding P0.99 shadow. Otherwise, you risk catching stops not because your strategy is wrong, but just from random market noise. Next, let's switch to the Investment subtab. This is where you evaluate the true efficiency of your capital. Under Return over Time, we have Efficiency per Day, about 34 cents here, and your Compound Annual Growth Rate, or CAGR, sitting at nearly 34%. The market comparison block is incredibly revealing. It compares your bot's performance against simply buying and holding the asset. In our case, just holding XRP for this year would have resulted in an almost 68% loss. But our bot outperformed that buy and hold strategy by over 101%. In risk and return, alongside profit factor, you have the recovery factor and CalMAR ratio, both at 1.93 here. These evaluate how well the strategy recovers from drawdowns. A higher number means a more resilient strategy. And finally, the drawdown block breaks out your MAE in absolute numbers and as a percentage of your deposit. Moving to the Trading subtab, we dive into the mechanics. The Deals block shows our 125 total trades, the total trading volume the bot pushed through of slightly over $5,000, and our 100% win rate. Deal Results gives you your MFE, or Maximum Favorable Excursion, the peak positive result trades reached in the moment. You also see the average deal making 27 cents, the absolute best trade at $1.34, and the weakest profitable trade at 9 cents. These numbers help you understand the variance. If the maximum is way higher than the minimum, your test results might just be riding on a couple of lucky trades rather than a solid, stable system. The time block shows your total time spent in deals, average time in a trade, and the extremes. If you see a trade hanging for an abnormally long time, that's your cue to check if the strategy got stuck in a prolonged sideways market. And finally, Stop Losses logs any losing streaks, which in this test sits at 0. Moving on to the visual representations in the Charts tab, you can quickly see when the strategy is making money and when it's bleeding. Cumulative profit is the accumulated strategy result over time. Just look at the shape of the line. If it goes up more or less smoothly, the strategy is stable. Sharp drops followed by a long, flat recovery are a major red flag. Number of executed orders is a breakdown of grid orders and multi-takes. This helps you understand how actively the averaging grid is working. Win rate. In our example, all 125 deals were profitable, but remember, a high win rate alone guarantees absolutely nothing. You can have a 90% win rate and still bleed your account dry due to massive losses in the remaining 10%. Always evaluate win rate alongside your net profit and MAE. For those who want to dig deep, switch to the Deals tab. Every row represents one position. Here you can see the P&L, the net result for each position, and the exchange commission. MFE and MAE per deal lets you pinpoint the riskiest trade out of the bunch, even if it eventually closed in profit. Sort the list by date, newest on top. If you see dashes instead of numbers, it means the trade is currently active. And if you want to see the mechanics of a specific deal in real time, next to each row there's a plus icon to expand orders, and a chart icon to jump to the trade on the chart. Next up is the Settings tab. This logs the exact configuration used to run the test. It's your safety net for the future. It shows all parameters, exact test dates, calculation type, taker and maker fee settings, exchange, algorithm, trading pair, and deposit. The entire order grid is broken down in detail, along with your take profit settings and indicator filters. The Edit Bot button instantly transfers this entire setup into the editor. You can continue tweaking, run another test, or save the bot to launch it on the exchange. Now that we've broken down all the main data, look at the toggle at the top of the screen, right next to the Edit Bot button. This is the net and gross switch. What do these two terms mean? Gross is the dirty profitability of your strategy, the result of all trades before deducting exchange trading fees. Net is your real, final result, after the exchange has already taken its cut for opening and closing orders. By default, the backtest shows results in net mode because that's the actual money that will land in your balance. But if you click the gross button, the magic of the interface will recalculate absolutely everything on the screen. The cumulative profit charts will change, the drawdown values will adjust, and the final numbers will update. Everything will be displayed as if the exchange was working for you for free. Before we wrap up, let's talk about platform rules and the technical limitations of standard simulations. This is critical for properly understanding the numbers. For standard tests on a 1-minute interval, market entry, averaging, and exit are all executed at the opening price of the candle following the signal candle. In real trading, execution happens somewhere between the open and close price, so standard backtest results and live trading results will differ. Filter requirements. For a test to run successfully, the calculation method in all bot filters must be set to on-bar close. The once-a-minute mode is not supported by backtesting. Also, note that tests using TradingView signals cannot be run. However, if you want to take your testing accuracy to the absolute maximum, we've recently rolled out a major upgrade. Users on the Pro and Quant plans now have access to tick data calculation. While standard backtesting is already a highly effective tool, the new tick data engine calculates your strategy using every single micro movement of price that occurred on the exchange. If this video was helpful, drop a like, it really helps out the channel, and let me know in the comments what platform feature you'd like me to break down next. See you!